Bruno, hard to find positives when you lose a derby by that scoreline?
No, it's not hard. You have to look at what you did well, and obviously it's not enough because you want to win football games and not seeing positives from the game. What we did today was not enough to get the result, and that's all we have to take from this game. Obviously, look at what you have to do better and go forward to the next game.
Okay, what's the answer to that? What do you need to do better?
Well, we need to score goals and not concede. That's the main thing of football, and I think we keep creating chances to score. We're not able to score as many or as much as we wanted, and I think we have to be more in control in certain situations. Obviously, I think we concede 3 goals where we could have avoided. I think the first one, when we need to be more brave when we go on a full pressure on a 1v1. As City takes that risk today against us, we need to do the same. And then the second goal from a throw-in, I think we need to be much more aware in that moment. And the third goal is things like that can happen, and then you need to be better positional to not get a counter like that.
So just give us your perspective on the first goal, because you mentioned it there. It looked at one point like you had Foden, and then obviously Doku beats his man. You look like you go out, and obviously at this level, it only takes a second. He's in behind you, and he scores.
If I was trying to press Rodri because the aim for the game was for one of the midfielders to jump on Rodri, one of defenders jumping on Foden. In the first moment where I can cover both, and then Lenny decides to come up. When I look at him, I see that he comes up, so I try to go a little bit more towards Rodri. Vardiol does a good pass to Foden, and Lenny was going backwards, and because of a miscommunication we end up giving too much space for them to go up the pitch, and that's what I mean. I think when we need to take more risk, and we have to be more brave with the last line to be a little bit more high, because if you see City, when every time that we pass the ball backwards to our centre backs, they go on 3 against 3, and their line squeezes so much, and it's very difficult to play through the lines because the spaces between them are very, very narrow.
How challenging as well is it sometimes as a midfield too? It looked, from where I was sat, like they're trying to overwhelm you in that area, outnumber you in that area. Do you sense that? Do you feel that?
No, because we play with the back 5, or sometimes with the back 4, or the back 3, or whatever you want to call it, and we need obviously people to be very, very aggressive in the moment of pressure. We need to get the moment of jumping, because if not, the midfielders get every time under load. Because if you look at City, they had Rodri, TG, Bernardo coming in, then they had Foden. They make basically a midfield 4 against the 2. So you need the ones in behind you to jump, like Luke was doing very well on DG, like we did it in the first game against Arsenal. That's why they didn't play. They couldn't find the spaces to play, and that's what makes the spaces very narrow for the teams to play against a team that is very aggressive when you go on the front foot. If you're not brave enough to do that, it's very difficult, and then they will find the spaces and the gaps to play, because we're playing against a top team. We're not playing against a bad opponent, and obviously when you play against teams with this quality, they will find the small gaps and they will play the balls.
Yeah, I know it's difficult in this moment, but does it still feel like you're kind of heading in the right direction? Because at times this season it has felt like that, but then you have obviously nights like Grimsby, and then you have a day like today, which, like you say, maybe there's positives in the performance, but it's a pretty heavy defeat against your City rivals.
Of course, I think the result is very bad, and it's very bad on us. But I think it's 2 ways of looking at this game, because I think the goals could have been avoided from our side. I think on the ball we were very, very positive. We were very brave. We were playing the ball forward. When we created our chances, we could have been a little bit more clean with our chances, but we not get anything from that. So we wanted what City got, was the 3 points, and it doesn't matter how you get it. City was smart to get the goals in the way they did. They have a very good team, very good players, and obviously compliment to them.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for explaining that.